Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Enough channel. In this video we're going to review week 13 of the 2024 NFL Dream Team season. So pretty good week for us with the 523 this week, which was inside the top 500 for the round, so that's nice. Moved up 65 spots overall, so green arrows are always nice to see. And just outside the top 10% now, so getting ever closer to our goal. But if we have a look at the team this week and how they went, excuse me. So at quarterback we had Jalen Hurts with a 34, which is fairly standard sort of week. Josh Allen as a captain with 55. I guess getting the throwing and receiving touchdown in one play probably helped. I'm not sure how they scored it necessarily in Dream Team, but it was a pretty cool play. Did see it watching it yesterday. Cooper Rush with 23, so we brought him in just as a bit of a cash grab. Worked out all right for us there. Saquon with a 37, solid as ever. Bijan with a 44 was good. Derrick Henry with the 24. Devon Achane with 33 was quite good. Kamara with 27 on the bench. And Bucky Irving, sprung up and had a 51-point return. So continues to make some cash. We were sort of thinking about maybe he would become CMC, but he has gone down injured once again. So might be just an avoid. Happy with the running back room as it is. Wide receiver, we had Jamar Chase with a 35. Amon-Ra St. Brown with just the 19. Nico Collins with a 31. And then the second row is not so impressive. Cooper Kupp with just the 6. AJ Brown with an 18 and Justin Jefferson with the 26. I guess JSN would have been handy to have in the place of Kupp with a 19 and Worthy with a 15. The tight ends though continued to kill it. Brock Bowers was unreal, 50 points. I think it was like 10 receptions or something crazy, touchdown, the whole lot in there. Travis Kelce with 20 was good. Sam Laporta with 28, so obviously we missed out on a few points there. Bates was good though, 24, continues to kill it. Cardi with just a 6. Once again, the Kansas City Chiefs outpointed by Washington. So I guess it just hasn't worked out, that pick, but I guess we don't really have much of a choice this week with Washington on the bye. In terms of the head-to-head matchups, so a narrow loss to the Bin Chickens, who I'm not convinced are still in it, but must be doing something right. I'll have to catch up with Adam and see what's going on. But just having a look at his team, he captained Lamar, so 49 points was good. Has Josh Allen as well. Kyron Williams with 34, so yeah, it was pretty close. Like obviously CeeDee Lamb, Cooper Kupp matched up there. So I can't really work out the difference maker. I guess, Josh Allen as his second QB, so he might have slightly outpointed me there with Jalen Hurts. But other than that, I feel like, it was pretty consistent. Just unlucky, didn't get the win there. But just having a look, I can see a couple of big scores, a 589 for What's Up My Najigbas. So surely he's got JSN. But having a look, Jaden Daniels with 56, that's a great return. Jay Mixon, 39's been good. Chargers defense, 38, that's handy points. Captain Lamar, had Bowers, had Barkley, Collins. So I guess difference between me and him, probably Daniels at second quarterback. Chargers defense was helpful. Tyreek Hill with 34 was an improvement on my wide receiver core. So definitely a few areas for improvement based on my team, but no JSN, that's a bit upsetting. And just have a look through, that was the highest score in the league. I don't think there's anything else over 550. I guess a couple of 540-ish type scores there. But I guess most teams very similar in terms of their scoring this week. Makes for a pretty close competition. So I think we've got one more week before the the finals. So we will have a quick look at the league, see who's still a chance, and that would be slightly myself. But the top 8, so we got Hard Brock Life, Shane, and Timmy's caddy Chris will be locked in. After that, a lot of teams on 8 and 5, so I guess will come down to points scored. So you imagine Cut My Balls is pretty safe with 6-3-23. But then after that, there's only Wacko Jacko's 640 on, so about 70 points. So if things go wrong for Jacko, he could be out. Yeah. So how many teams? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, all 7 and 6. So it's all to play for this week. And then I think we do have the bottom half final as well. So the Krakens are still a chance of there. You got good points scored, just need to get a win and hope one of the other guys slips up perhaps. But maybe for shot callers and definitely for the Buck 13 Bears and go Pack, go 10. Thanks for the season. Better luck next year. But let's have a look at some break evens. Well, actually, let's look at some points. I have started doing this with the NBA as well. I think it's pretty cool. So I didn't actually see the game. Was that today? Cleveland, Pittsburgh. What was the game today? I can't even remember. I know I didn't have any players in my redraft league, so I didn't really worry. But Jerry Jeudy and Jameis Winston going off, 70 points apiece. I have a feeling it was yesterday because I remember saying something about Russell Wilson. Don't remember what the game was today, but that's okay. Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels we've already looked at. Wilson, Caleb Williams, for those that still have him, 35% of the league, great return. So lots of quarterbacks there, so you can't go too far wrong. To Brock Bowers, obviously we talked about. Terry McLaurin, 46. Yeah, he's going well with Daniels feeding him. Anthony Richardson, good to see he's bouncing back. I shipped him in my redraft league as well, but might be one to sort of try and get on the cheap next year. Bijan Najee Harris is going all right there. Mike Evans, Keenan Allen doing good. Couple of the vets. But then after that, it is what it is. But in terms of break even this week, any standouts? So Malik Willis, number 1. Obviously, you're relying on a Jordan Love injury there. The Cowboys' defense has come good finally. So I know they were super popular last year when they were going off. So yeah, if you like them, you can get on. Seahawks defense quite good too. DJ Moore. So I guess if you're looking for a cut price keeper, you could take a little punt on him. Keenan Allen. Copy and paste what I just said. Garendo, you can see he's only scoring, sort of averaging 13, scoring 16. Running back, you'd rather, I guess if you haven't got the money and you wanted to go down to him, it could be an option with CMC possibly back out. Bucky Irving, is probably a bit too expensive to get on now. He's made 11 mil this season. So very happy I've got him, but I wouldn't be trading him in. Taysom Hill, I don't know how he's come good. Did he have a good game last week or something? But yeah, I wouldn't worry about him. Jeudy, I guess if you like that combination with Winston, it would be a super pod type move. But good luck to you. Jalen Waddle has probably that upside potential, but probably just hasn't had the opportunity to show it too much this year. But Tua's back. Miami seems to be hitting a bit of a groove, so why not? Bryce Young, nah, not really. Pat Frymuth as a cheap tight end. I like the big 3 I've got, so I'm good. Daniels and Williams still making money, so well done to those that have held. But I've gone with Cooper Rush, and I'm okay with that. Nick Chubb's an interesting one, given what he can do at that price point, negative break even. I don't hate the Nick Chubb trade in, particularly if you can sort of downgrade and get a bit of extra cash as well. He's not the worst sort of mid-price cheapie to get in. After that, nothing too interesting. We're starting to get into the positives here, so I probably won't worry too much about it. But I guess what that means for my team, we do have the last round of buys. There is quite a few teams on buy from memory. I think it's 6. Let's quickly count the fixtures. Got 5, 10, 13. So that's 26. So yeah, there's 6 teams on buy. So there could be a few people struggling, particularly if you've stacked Henry, Lamar Jackson. You've got Nico Collins, Jaden Daniels at Washington. I wish I knew what the other teams were off the top of my head, but I don't. I might have to go back and have a quick look. Denver, so Bo Nix might be about the only one if you've got him as a cheapie quarterback. Houston, I've already said. Washington, there's 2 more, isn't there? Oh, the Colts and New England. So, yeah, probably haven't had too many assets from there. I can see a few people own JT and Anthony Richardson. Drake May, I suppose a few people might still be on, but that's part of the reason why we traded him last week was for the buy. So those are the teams. If you've got those sort of players, you may need to use some trades. But pretty easy for me. Just put Kamara in for Henry, JSN in for Collins, and obviously Washington can just sit there anyway. We were probably going to play the Chiefs in any case. So just probably in terms of captain, vice captain this week. So you got Detroit playing the Thursday night game, so we could go Amon-Ra St. Brown. If you've got Josh Jacobs, might be an option too, but you'd imagine that with Detroit's offense the way they're going, they'll have to throw the ball a little bit more, Green Bay. Could go Sam Laporta, I suppose, if you like him. But, Bowers is pretty much the man there at Las Vegas, so we're locking him in. And Kansas City are playing at Arrowhead, so it is hard to go against Kelsey. In saying that, Ford Field is indoors, which is a bit nicer. Which one? I think we just leave it. Don't need to tinker too much. But yeah, I guess in terms of that, you've got Buffalo playing at 7:25, Philly playing at 4. So in theory, you could go like a Hurts into Allen, but you'd have to be very quick on the loop. So we might just go St. Brown. If he pops off, we'll happily, bring Henry back in or something. But then, you do have Philly against Carolina. That is a pretty... In saying that, Carolina have been better, but it is a nice matchup for Hurts, so it's very tempting to go with him. Buffalo against the Rams, Allen will go all right, but we'll go with my guy as captain. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we need to cover. So we'll wrap the video up there. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NFL content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.